Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I want to tell you about the diet advancements, changes that I've made over the last, say, 6-8 months. And one of the things that I did was I actually completely got rid of flour foods, specifically like grains that have been turned into a powder flour. And for a long time I ate rice millet bread, which is something that you can buy at your health food store, which is a step up from eating glutinous grains, to which I quit eating those about 15 years ago. But so anyways, at the first of this year I completely quit flour foods. And I had learned by watching a video that sulfites are often in flour foods. You know, sulfites are illegal in the United States to put on the salad bar anymore. You won't see that. But there are certain packaged foods where they still allow sulfites, and flour, if it's not organic, and the kind of bread that I was buying is not organic. They don't have organic rice bread as far as I've seen. In any case, that may have had sulfites in it, and I'm very sensitive to those. And I had wanted to quit flour foods for a long time anyway, and just eat whole grains, like whole grain brown rice, or whole millet, or whole buckwheat, or quinoa, amaranth. And so that's what I've been doing since probably like January or maybe December. And so additionally, a couple of weeks ago I finally got off of peanut butter. And there are some medicinal qualities, some very important medicinal qualities of peanut butter. But there are also some detrimental things too. You know, peanut butter has a lot of arachidonic acid, which is great as a meat substitute if you're trying to reduce the amount of meat that you're eating. Additionally, there's a lot of fat in peanut butter, and so it helps you to move toxins out of your body. Now, you've heard of oil pulling, right? Okay, so people that put the coconut oil in their mouth are trying to absorb toxins in their mouths using the coconut oil, and then they spit it out. But you can also do internal oil pulling, if you will, by consuming foods that have a lot of fat and oil in them, and that helps you to move out toxins in your hair when you take a hot shower, or in your sweat when you exercise, or in your feces, or if you do enemas, etc. Heavy fats absorb toxins. They absorb everything and help you to be able to wash out the stuff that you want to get rid of. Okay? And so in the beginning, typically people will eat a lot of nuts and seeds, a lot of that kind of foods, and avocados, a lot of really fatty foods to help themselves to feel better. So what they're doing is like internal oil pulling. And unfortunately, it doesn't make the most attractive person to eat a lot of fat, you know, and when you eat a lot of fat, then you'll have to eat a lot of salt. And so actually I was finally able to quit peanut butter after years and years and years of eating a lot of that. And you know, ultimately you don't want to have to eat a whole lot of nuts or seeds at all, you know, because they're just highly concentrated foods. You know, additionally, if you're moving out a lot of chemicals, peanut butter has, you know, this particular type of fungus that feeds candida. And if you don't want to address your candida problem yet, if you're not ready, because that's a heavy-duty problem, and it makes you so tired, the die-off from it. And so, I believe it's, what is it called, Herxheimer's reaction. In any case, If you don't want to address that yet and you're just addressing, say, heavy metals, there are so many things that you may be addressing. You may be addressing something in your life, a personal issue. You don't even want to mess with diet at all. So you may want to eat a lot of peanut butter and feed your candida for now. And so that's another thing I was able to do. And now it's just a continual refinement of, okay, this week I'm going to reduce meat, or next week I'm not going to eat any fruit at all. Or maybe I'm just going to completely cut out nuts and seeds for the next week or two. You know, and dry up. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm drying up my body. Because, you see, if you eat too much grain, that feeds stuff like viruses. If you eat too much fruit, that feeds candida. If you eat too much fat, that is clogging up your body. If you eat too much animal foods, that can make you too acidic and clog your body. What we're working towards, what I'm working towards in any case, is a predominantly vegetable quality diet with small amounts of the other things. I'm not like trying to completely get rid of things near as much as I once was. There was a time when I was just focused on getting rid of dairy or wheat or alcohol or something, you know, cigarettes 25 years ago. And now it's a refinement process. Okay? So I think that's all I need to say in this vid, and I want to thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and all of those things, and be cool and don't write any shitty comments.